So the referendum is so important to recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the first peoples of Australia, because and it's got to be done in the Constitution, because our record in the Constitution has been one of exclusion. We were excluded from, in consideration of developing the Constitution, we were excluded in the process to adopt the Constitution, and there was two parts in the original Constitution where we were specifically excluded. And those two things were fixed up in 1967. We just think that this is the part that we need to finish off. It's sort of unfinished business, the recognition. And I think referendums are really important because it's when the people get to speak. It's not the High Court judges, it's not our politicians in Canberra, it's the people of Australia. So I think this issue coming up as a referendum is a really great opportunity for this generation. So I think there's a whole lot of reasons why we should recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the Constitution.
And to sort of ask the obvious, like what difference do you think that would make to Indigenous people? I mean, is it sort of on the level of this, the sorry and all?
Oh, look, I think I always say to people, if you look at the apology and the difference it made that day, and how everyone bought into it, and I speak to people who worked in Kevin Rudd's office, he didn't even understand the effect it was going to have that day. And all of a sudden we've got this opportunity to recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, and it will change Australia forever, and it'll change it for the better. It will. I tell people, imagine how you felt on the day of the apology and multiply that by about 100. And from an Aboriginal perspective, it's part of settling that thing, that people are living here now, they're not going anywhere. It was put best in Mutijulu when I met the elders out there, and they said if people want to live here, they've got to understand our culture. And then they went a step further and said if people are going to live here, they've got to understand this is part of their culture too. They're part of this culture. So I think that's what the message I got from the Mutijulu people is, reaching out to say, well, if you're going to stay here, this is part of your culture as well. So I think it's really important that those sort of things get recognised in this process.
What is your message to the government and the community on this issue?
I think we can't lose track of, while I'm confident Australians will vote for this, because I innately believe in the goodwill of Australians, I don't think you can take it for granted. So there's a lot of work to be done. I think the work of government is to put out what they think will pass Parliament, because that's how it happens. The machinery of referendums work like that. An act will be passed which will outline what's being voted on. They need to work with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people on that. But the whole Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have got to do a lot of work as well. I think it's, those of us who want it have got to fight for it. We can't be complacent. I think that's one thing that will beat it if we become complacent. And the polling has always shown in a very simple question of do you support Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander recognition? The lowest I think we've recorded is about 70%. So there's a lot of community support out there, and these polls are done by experts who know what they're doing. So there's a lot of support, but you can't take that for granted. You can't be complacent. You've got to be working hard to make this happen.